All right, we are live.
Hello. Welcome back.
Nikki's going to talk to you a little bit before we give away the full title. While I get you got your wireless wired mic on. I'm going to get my wireless wired mic on here as we get ready for episode number 2
Número 2
of season 2 of the wellness. Well, we won't say it. I'll get this fired up that we can do the whole thing.
Let's do the whole thing officially.
All right. This is Joey Atlas and
Nick Verity.
Back with episode number 2 of
The Wellness and Weight Loss
For Women and
Men
podcast and video show. Season number 2 also. Season 2 because we're in the new studio. So you may be watching live in real time on Facebook, or you might be watching after the fact on the replay or on YouTube. So this is going, so I'm going to set this aside so I don't accidentally shut it off. And we're going to pull up our Facebook feed. While Nikki gives you some introductory information, if you're new here, just discovering us, because that's very possible, it's been happening, where can these people find us? Where can they come get freebies? If they're local, how can they reach out to us here? What do we have in store for all these people?
All right, let's give away the freebies first. So again, Joey, Nikki, we have a team of coaches that work with you on gentle, safe methods of fitness, of mental health, of nutrition, everything. So if you want to get a little bit more in depth with a look at what we do, we've got recipes and some sessions for free. You're going to go to fitnesstraining.live, that fitnesstraining, ing, .live, and there you'll be able to see, we've got a couple of recipes, right?
We've got some cool recipes, we've got a couple of freebie sessions in there you can actually try at home as long as you have doctor's clearance, because we're not going to assume you're fully ready to go, but we will advise you, get doctor's clearance if you're unsure before you even try the basic freebie sessions. Those freebie sessions will give you a good taste of our style, our method of gentle but very, very effective fitness training, which you're going to hear more about in this episode. And we got some new other freebies we're adding into there, because it seems the more freebies we put into that freebie offer, more people are like, yeah, this is for me. I want to sign up for total access. Where's the link, please?
So that's where we'd start. Otherwise, you can go to SCULPTAFIT.com, SCULPTAFIT.com, whether you are long distance or local. But especially if you're local, because there you can see our one-on-one in-person personal training sessions, and how you can contact there as well. What am I missing? Facebook, SCULPTAFIT. What's our Facebook SCULPTAFIT community?
The official SCULPTAFIT Club worldwide fitness community. But if you just go to fitnesstraining.live and enter your info for the freebies, we will send you the link to join our free private community where there's a lot of daily good stuff going on. You got daily check-ins posted by the nurse Lauren Lilly herself. She's taking care of that. Awesome daily check-ins. A lot of people are now relying on that daily check-in as kind of like part of their inspiration, motivation to commit every day, because they know everybody's looking for each other now. And they're using that. It's really, really cool. So fitnesstraining.live will send you the link for the free group. So I'm almost done sharing this into the groups and making sure whoever is around can see it. I'm going to hashtag a live comment myself. If you're watching right now, live, in real time, hashtag live on Facebook. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, which most people end up doing because it stays there and people come across it and share it, comment down below on the YouTube, in the YouTube comment section. Let us know you're checking us out, what you think, what you like, and then follow the links to come get more. The links are very, very close to where you're watching right now. All right, so Nick, what's the title of today's Wellness and Weight Loss for Women and Men podcast and video show?
All right, we ready? How to get and stay, because that's important.
And stay, yes.
And stay motivated to lose weight and get fit for life.
All right, awesome topic, important subject, because how often do we, number one, witness people who start very enthusiastic. They love our method. It's gentle, it's great, it's effective, and then somewhere along the way, whether it's 3 months in or 9 months in, like things happen and they're off the program. A lot of times. How often do people ask us directly, how do you get so motivated to just stick with this stuff, right? Which for people like us, like, what do you mean, how do you get and stay motivated to do this? It's just, we just do it, we want it. There's no other option. Like, the alternative is so much more painful and agonizing, we don't want that, right? So, being that it's a question and topic that comes up often, we figured we'll do a focused and dedicated episode on it today. And so we're going to cover some really good stuff. In addition to, as we wrap it up toward the end, you're going to hear a story that actually is probably an embodiment of all the 3 key tips we're going to share today. From an actual success story who eventually found the right motivation to turn this into a lifestyle instead of an on-again, off-again kind of thing that she suffered from big time. So we're going to share her exact story. I'm going to read it. She emailed it to us. It's awesome. You want to talk about somebody losing over 40 pounds, I think, and still going?
Are you talking about AJ?
AJ.
Oh.
Yes.
I can't wait.
The Mrs. AJ. We got to keep her slightly anonymous because of the privacy factor here. But when you read the story, you're going to know this is as real as it gets. So, number 1. Ready for number 1?
I'm ready for number 1.
Okay, so number 1. People who understand the consequences of living a lifestyle of poor habits, poor nutrition, lack of or simply zero exercise, zero structured exercise or physical activity. People who understand the consequences of that, they also understand it's up to them to avoid those consequences. They must be proactive in their habit formation, the lifestyle they lead, the things they do in that lifestyle, because they would rather deal with the daily, weekly, monthly, yearly efforts of committing to a generally healthy lifestyle, right? As opposed to suffering from premature aging, premature onset of disease. Lack of exercise and good nutrition causes some people to get depressed. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Depression, other mood issues, being absent from work a lot, or missing things because you're sick and at the doctor. I don't want to say intelligent people, but people who understand the consequences create a lifestyle to avoid those consequences. And that's what not only gets them motivated, that keeps them motivated. Because they don't want to fall off and then have to deal with more pain and agony than their healthy lifestyle was causing them. A lot of people learn to really love their healthy lifestyle. They learn to love good nutrition, love cooking well, love making good choices. They love their exercise time because they realize the value and the gift of, oh, I get this 1 hour or half hour or sometimes 20 minutes or sometimes 15. Sometimes it's 2 hours. Like sometimes people they have to miss 3 days because of a very demanding work schedule, and then they're going to put a lot of their training into 2 hours. They do it carefully, they do it structured in a structured way that's safe, but there's flexibility for these people who understand that it's not what you do for the summer or vacation. This is what we're going to do for life, not because we want to be in bikini shape or even reasonable bathing suit shape for vacation, but it's because we want to live a long, strong, healthy life all the time and avoid disease, avoid premature aging, avoid all these things. So the meaning becomes very different. That's 1. What do we have for number 2?
Number 2, a desire to have the best life.
Okay. So instead of avoiding the consequences of poor habits, lack of exercise, bad nutrition choices, or unhealthy nutrition choices, There are other people whose mindset is baseline just isn't good enough for them. They want their best life possible. And they realize, just like athletes do, that the better they take care of their bodies and fuel their bodies, the better their performance is going to be. Right? So for people living a regular busy life, our sport is life.
Yes.
Our best performance in that sport comes from us taking care of ourselves through proper exercise, proper sleep, proper nutrition, proper supplementation, not bogus supplementation, proper supplementation, and good overall life habits, meditation, mindset adjustment, mindset improvement, mindset nurturing. All these together go into that person's life because they want to live their best life, as opposed to the person who really doesn't care. They're indifferent. They think life is just going to happen, and they really have no control over how good it's going to be. Their habits are indifferent. They're not going to make a big effort. Life is just going to be the way it is, and they let what happen may. Driven people who are very proactive, they want their best life, and they understand they have to train for it.
Yeah.
Right? Is this part of the way you live?
This is absolutely part of the way I live. We always talk about this, our jail cell. We need to have t-shirts, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to have people break out of their jail cell. So with health and wellness, taking care of yourself, and to Joey's point, a desire to have your best life, we want you to be able to do whatever you want to do. That means, picking up and playing with your grandchildren. That means going on vacations. We had a client who, before COVID, obviously, went to the Galapagos Islands, and she got in and out of the boats and was able to do that. And she said, that's why I'm coming to you guys, because I want to be able to do these things. I don't want to be stuck in the hotel room and having
not even able to go to the hotel
or not
go
even
on
able
the
to
trip
get on
at
the
all.
trip. Yeah, exactly. So a desire to have your best life is a desire to have options and be able to do what you want to do, and breaking out of that prison cell that a lot of people build themselves.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. I get it. There's a lot of people, they're still under the impression that, fitness is going to be hard. I'm not into working out. I will give them credit on thinking that way, because a lot of people have been led to believe, you got to really push, you got to lift hard weight. Even older folks, they're told they have to go into the gym and do weight training, when in reality it's weight bearing exercise they need to do, which doesn't require heavy weights, doesn't require hurting your shoulders or your back. It requires a proper approach that stimulates the musculoskeletal system to fight osteoporosis, to have structural rigidity and abilities. If your body's decrepit, you're not going to go travel. You're not going to be able to garden. You're not going to be able to go hang with your grandkids and chase them around. It's really that simple. This is the vehicle. So if you let the vehicle deteriorate, you can't go live your life and just simply do the things you want to do, because your physical abilities are limited, right? So enhancing all those physical abilities gives you the ability to do the various things you want to do. Hence, live your best life, because you're pursuing your desires. If you're held back from pursuing your desires, you're not living your best life. It's a sacrificed life, and it doesn't have to be that way. So we do this to share. One, we understand these dynamics that really affect the mindset. But two, to help give people an easier way to do all this stuff. That's why we share our free videos that we were talking about on fitnesstraining.live. That's your entryway. We share some free videos to show you what healthy, strong nutrition looks like, as opposed to crazy, trendy, extreme diets and restrictive diets. Two very different things. One is very sustainable and effective. The other is not sustainable and therefore not effective, right? What do we have for number 3?
Number 3, direct and indirect health scares.
So, sometimes what eventually motivates somebody, gets them motivated, and keeps them motivated is a health scare. either direct or indirect. So direct meaning it happens to the person themselves, like a heart attack or some kind of liver issue or some kind of metabolic scare, or it happens to a friend, a relative, coworker who they're close to, where either that person unfortunately passes away because the heart attack took them out, or it's bad enough where this person or relative or coworker or close friend realizes, wow, that happened to so-and-so, could happen to anybody. I don't want that to happen to me, right? So therefore, that's going to get me motivated, and that's going to keep me motivated to avoid that fate, right? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a big change. People see it, they hear it from the doctor, or they see it from a friend, and they say, okay, things need to change.
Right. So as opposed to them voluntarily changing things, they realize, oh, something needs to change.
It needs to happen.
Right? So it sparks a fear in them that people in number one, the first category, they proactively think that way already. They're already thinking ahead. Ooh, well, what can happen to me if I eat improperly? I gain a lot of weight. I let my body get out of shape and decondition. I could disease prematurely. Something can kill me. I can have early onset premature aging. Suffer the consequences of a sacrificed musculoskeletal system. My metabolic system can get even worse and worse. I could become pre-diabetic and then diabetic. The health scare, being diagnosed as a pre-diabetic is a really good one for some people, because even being pre-diabetic, you still have a chance to save yourself, right? It's like that's the big warning sign. So for some people, they realize, oh, pre-diabetic, I don't want to become diabetic, because then that's a whole cascade of other problems. You could lose limbs. Then you're really not living life. So our third one is, it's kind of like the backup plan to the first one. I'll just wait until something possibly goes wrong with me or something else, so I get scared enough to then take action and create a lifestyle focused on health, wellness, longevity, and implementing the daily habits to prove that I'm sticking with this now.
I think the first one, understanding your consequences of poor health habits, that takes an insight and a foresight, because sometimes even just saying, oh, I know I'm going to eat this, I'm going to gain a little weight, and just thinking right there, I'm gaining a couple pounds, that's not the issue. That's a short term, but it's your health is being affected by those. Yeah, you may gain a little weight, but that's indicative of a poor health issue that eventually will lead to potentially something you don't want. As opposed to, oh, I don't want to eat this because it's a few pounds. It's, oh, I don't want to eat this because my body is my vehicle, and I need to maintain it for a long time.
Right. Hence taking the focus off of weight, even though how to get and stay motivated to lose weight and be fit for life is the topic, the subject of today's podcast. The focus actually has to come off the weight loss. So before we go on, I'm going to say on our live here, hello to Cindy B, Louise Davies, Mama Linda Gaidet. Hopefully I said that correctly. Annabelle Simos, and who else do we have here? I think we got them all. At least the ones I could see anyway. Thank you all for tuning in today. It means a lot to us that you're here live. Love it. Thank you. Where did we leave off?
Direct and indirect health scares.
Okay, so speaking of direct and indirect health scares, we have another success story that we're going to share with you today. And it's a unique success story, and she's not done yet. We call her Mrs. AJ, because we do have to, for privacy reasons, we do have to keep her somewhat anonymous. But you're going to know she's real, because the story is so unique, you can't make it up, and it's awesome. And we're sharing it here to give you an example of where someone's motivation came from to eventually spark the lifelong change that we believe she's undergone, and to also possibly give you more motivation if you already have it, and if you're watching and you still haven't developed that level of motivation, that inside inspiration, then this might be it, right? Okay, so we're going to pull up Mrs. AJ's fairly succinct success story here. This is not a 3 or 4 pager. She tightened it up pretty well, but this is pretty powerful. So let's give them some context first. When did Mrs. AJ start with the SCULPTAFIT method and being coached by us?
Maybe
A couple years?
Yeah, 2 or 3 years.
Sounds about right. Okay, so Nikki may have told you, we have long distance clients who don't even live around here. Some of you are watching us right now on the live. People around the world who we coach directly, one-on-one, custom, private, personal training, long distance, and accountability coaching. And we have, of course, people here in our local area who come to the studio for their fitness training and their accountability, their coaching, their nutrition guidance, etc. Mrs. AJ is one of those people. I'm going to read her words that she sent to us just a few days ago. My journey with SCULPTAFIT is not unique. In my early 50s, and thanks to menopause and several personal losses, including my father, my uncle, both my dogs, in a single year, I was significantly overweight and out of shape. This is what she means by not unique. Significantly overweight and out of shape is common to many, many people. That's very common. However, my ultimate motivation to join SCULPTAFIT was my sister. My sister's kidneys are failing, and she will need a transplant in the future. Thus, I started the process to become what's called a living donor, so I could help prolong my sister's life. The first hurdle to cross in the donation process is having a BMI of less than 30. And for me, that meant losing 40 pounds. So this is my story. In my earlier years, I worked out in plenty of gyms and even had personal training with a professional bodybuilder. The process to lose weight was always the same. Lots of repetitions on the machines, lots of cardio, and a highly restrictive diet. I can honestly say that at one point in my life, my refrigerator only contained chicken breasts, broccoli, and Diet Coke. I knew my past approaches to fitness and weight loss were not going to fly this time around. So I turned to Google, started doing my careful research. And when the SCULPTAFIT website popped up, I started to reading things that were very unique that I never heard before, and I was immediately intrigued. Using words like gentle and a better way for middle-aged people like me, I knew SCULPTAFIT was a whole new approach to health and fitness. So I signed up for my free sample session, and immediately I was hooked. One session, hooked. In addition to the amazing workouts I'd received in only 40 minutes, SCULPTAFIT offered personalized check-ins with my coach to talk about my goals, do my measurements, check my progress, and discuss nutrition. I also strapped a Fitbit to my wrist and downloaded the MyFitnessPal app to my phone. Every training session at SCULPTAFIT or on my own would be tracked, as would every bit of food and drink that I put in my mouth. Having this partnership with SCULPTAFIT, along with the accountability via technology, set the stage for my weight loss journey. Now, I just needed to execute and continue to execute. When COVID-19 came to the US, SCULPTAFIT was impacted and had to close for a time. Did we not?
We
we were not unique. All health clubs and gyms had to close, no matter how small you were, across the board. But the SCULPTAFIT team took care of its members and went virtual. They held live classes via Zoom. Some of you watching right now were in those live classes, and some of you are doing our replay classes that are in the Total Access Video on Demand portal. And we're getting a lot of good feedback on those replays. Really good feedback. Not just me, you, Coach Corinne.
Those are fun classes.
Yeah, really fun and effective. They held live classes via Zoom and Facebook and provided access to a robust online video-on-demand library of at-home workouts and healthy cooking demonstrations. Some of those were pretty funny. Although we couldn't be together in person, SCULPTAFIT gave me and the other members the tools and resources we needed to continue to focus on our health and fitness goals while staying safe. I began the year 2020 weighing 202 pounds. About 6 months later, by July 1st-ish, in the middle of a global pandemic, I had achieved my goals of losing 40 pounds with a BMI of less than 30. I have now begun the application process to donate a kidney to my sister, and I feel absolutely amazing. I went down 2 sizes in my pants and gave away almost 10 boxes of clothes that didn't fit, they were too big, to charity. And I have no plans of stopping. The healthier I am, the better my chances of donating a kidney to my sister and helping her with her life. Thanks to SCULPTAFIT, I achieved my weight loss goal. Now I'm hoping to help my sister reach her ultimate goal, which is living a longer life with my slightly used but very healthy kidney. That's from Mrs. AJ. How cool is that? You can't make this up. You just can't make it up.
There's no way.
What are you have any takeaways from this that you want to share? Any insights?
My heart is just so
Right? I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
Takeaways. Okay, let me see.
Just one.
She figured out her reason why.
That's it. That was the trigger. Her reason why became her sister's life.
Yeah.
Right? So this is really good because this woman had lived through a lot of this old school hardcore approaches to fitness and trying to lose weight and trying to be in shape. You heard her words. Chicken, steamed chicken, broccoli, the Diet Cokes were the only things in her refrigerator at a certain phase of her life. Awful way to live and to think you're on the path to health, wellness, and longevity. Not the case. Her sister's life became the most important thing to her. She realized that this is out of her sister's hands. And being a loving sister, she realized, I may have a kidney to donate to her, but they said I need to lose this weight to get into that BMI range in order for me to even be considered to donate that kidney. The importance of someone else's, a loved one's life, became important enough for this person to completely change their lifestyle, which she's totally loving, by the way.
Yeah, she is.
And she looks phenomenal. Like, we just actually saw her 2 days ago, I think, in here. She looks like a different person. And the point we would like to make here is that it's just as easy to make your life as important as somebody else's life who you love. Because it is. If she didn't get herself into this shape, she would not have been able to donate that kidney. Hence, the possibility of sacrificing her own sister's life. Think about that. So now she's taking care of herself, not only for her sister, but now for herself, and really fully understanding the implications of what it means to be out of shape and unhealthy versus in shape and healthy. Not only is it nice to be at a good weight that you feel comfortable in, wearing clothes you want to wear, maybe even a swimsuit, but it's way nicer to know that you've saved somebody's life who needed one of your healthy organs. You'll be able to donate to somebody. Now, sometimes this happens very quickly. You don't have a timeline to lose the weight, get things in order, and then be able to qualify. Sometimes something happens, an accident or an unexpected medical issue comes out of nowhere, and they need a kidney within the next 3 weeks. You're not going to be dropping 40 pounds in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But if you live the lifestyle, you will always be prepared to be one of those donors because you've already been taking care of yourself from way back when. That means if a loved one or a close friend needs an organ that you have, you're ready to do it. No delays, no timelines to lose the weight and get healthy because you're already ready to go.
That's what we always say. We say take care of yourself first so you can take care of others better.
Right. There are many different meanings to that.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of those meanings. So, you have to see yourself as important as your loved one or all your loved ones. You have to realize that they may be relying on you to save their life. How awful would it feel to be in a situation where that's the case and you can't save their life because you've let yourself go too far? How painful would that be? Very painful. So let that be your motivator. Be selfish. It's okay to be selfish because you see what this enables you to do. Your selfishness is the most unselfish thing you can do. Because by being selfish and taking some time for yourself, to care for yourself, to prepare meals and food shop in a way that's conducive to good health and a strong body, you then are able to be so unselfish that you may be able to donate an organ to somebody who needs it ASAP or in 6 months or a year. It's the most unselfish thing you can do, is be a little bit selfish. Not taking care of yourself and letting yourself go is very selfish. Not only are you not prepared to help others, but you then become a burden on people. You may be wheelchair bound if you're still living. You may be so weak, without independence, that they have to take care of you, dress you, clothe you, bathe you, and spoon feed you. That's selfish. You don't want them to do that. Take care of yourself. Be selfish so that you can give them the most unselfish version of you ever and just have a better life all around. Make sense?
Makes absolute sense.
All right, did we cover it all?
Yeah, we did.
We got it. All right, so hopefully, if that motivated you a little bit, whether you are watching live on video, watching after the fact on YouTube, replay on Facebook, or even listening to the audio version alone, which we're recording here on our Anchor app, the podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, I think Pandora, and a whole bunch of other podcast distribution platforms. No matter where you're hearing us from, reach out to us. Let us know you heard this. Let us know this meant something to you and helped inspire you and help give you fuel for that internal motivation that helps you get started and stick with it. There's value in sticking with it. Your life depends on it, and so do other people's lives. All right, so to wrap up, let's say we got people watching long distance, brand new, they're listening or watching, and they want to get in touch with us because that's happening now. The more and more we do these podcasts and share them, people are discovering us out of the blue. How can those people come connect with us, find us, and then take steps with all our free stuff and then explore what else they might want to do?
Fitness training, TRANING.live.
Fitnesstraining.live starts all your freebies. If you want to explore beyond the freebies, which are really helpful, our Total Access Video On Demand portal, which is giving people big-time results. People who use it, all people in our private Facebook group, they're getting results. I know right here, as we're watching this live, these ladies all here are getting awesome, awesome results. If you are hearing this thing about us doing coaching, long distance, private, custom coaching, and you're ready to go like top shelf. You're like, I'm done playing games. I understand you got the video on demand portal, but I want personalized, custom professional help for X amount of time to really help me fine-tune my own program, my nutrition, hold me accountable every day, and work with me toward my specific goals so that I reach them and I'm not guessing, I'm not wondering, I don't go on again, off again. You can reach out to us, get in touch about personalized custom coaching. If they wanted to do that, what's the best way for them to go straight to us to say, hey, I want to explore custom coaching and consulting with you guys? Think about that. We're going to say hello to the Nurse Lauren Lilly tuning in live today. She's off work. She's been working so hard at the hospital. Long, long days, but she's off today. Her and Mama Linda are going to be training today. They got their big sessions lined up. And that's Nurse Lauren Lilly, who does the daily check-in post. Very inspiring, very motivating. Maybe go to the SCULPTAFIT website or the contact page.
Contact page, so go to SCULPTAFIT.com, SCULPTAFIT.com. There's a contact page. Write in a little about you, how we can get in touch with you, and what you're looking for.
That's it. And if somebody's local and they happen to see this locally, because we're going to put it in a bunch of different places, and they're like, wow, this sounds like, I didn't even know they're right here. Mandarin, St. John's, Orange Park, Fleming Island, I could go there. What's the best way for that person, male or female, doesn't matter, or husband and wife, come on in. What's the best way for them to get in touch to explore next steps? What could they do?
You can give us a studio call at our studio line 904-891-3680. You can contact us through that SCULPTAFIT page as well. Call, text.
Yeah, we'll get you in for complimentary private sample session, personal training. Give you a full taste of what a properly structured reconditioning exercise program should feel like. Not a workout. We don't even like using the word workout because it's so stigmatized and stereotyped. We do proper fitness training here. Proper functional reconditioning fitness training that feels good, is very different. Actually, speaking of very different, just today, I posted Miss Brenda's candid cam capture of, we're going to call it a testimonial, but we were just having a conversation. Coach Josh caught it on video. It's on the website now on our personal training page, but we're going to share that in an email newsletter. We're going to share that on Facebook. So no matter what, you're going to see it. But if you're tuning in, go to SCULPTAFIT.com. Click on the personal training page, one-on-one personal training. You will see Miss Brenda's video. We literally just shot last night. This is middle of September 2020. We just shot the video last night before her training session with Josh, and it is gold. I'm not going to spoil it. We don't want to spoil it, but it is gold. For anybody approaching middle age and beyond, if you've been searching for something to get you healthy, fit, and strong, and really feel good about the second half of your life, you got to go listen to Miss Brenda's video. It's she and I, candid, just letting it go, having a conversation. After that, you will want to come in here. You'll want to come in here just to even try the free sample session so that you could fully understand, oh, this is what proper exercise feels like. This is what I've been looking for. This is actually it. This feels awesome, and I feel better already. That's what they're going to want to have.
Absolutely.
Reach out, connect. You won't regret it. You'll actually regret not having done it sooner, right? And, all right, so this is episode number 2. I'm going to close out the audio. We're going to go save on this baby. Wow, we got that done in under 40 minutes. 40 seems to be a popular number here.
All right, I like it.
All right, so that's that. I'm going to take off our wireless wired mics. And I'm going to come and shut the Candid Cam. We thank you for tuning in. As always, post below. Let us know you were here if you haven't already. And we'll see you on episode number 3.
Number 3.
Bye.